Alright, mind's eye visual guitar users. What I'm going to do today is do this quick video lesson on the phone here. Cool thing about this, excuse me, is that my phone can do this on the fly when I'm leaving for work and I feel like I need to really be making a lesson. And because I know what's going to happen, I'll set out right now and say, well, I got this big lesson. I'll plan it for the end of the day, but the day is going to rob me of all my energy. It does this to me every day, and that's why I don't put any lessons on my channel. So let's play a sad chord for my little sad sob story there. So there's the deal, and so I'm going to try to make this video really quick, and in the next 2 minutes I want to try to get you schooled. For you people who don't understand modes, let's understand modes absolutely as quick as we can by hearing them and visualizing them using a piano keyboard. You'll learn to be able to translate this to your guitar pretty easily once you understand what I'm going to talk about here, which is modes. And so let's look at this pattern here. We're going to group these notes, these three, and we're going to group these four based on the 2 keys that are here and the 3 keys that are here, and the pattern that you see repeats itself on your keyboard. So then we're going to hear do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which is the visualization of a musical key, and that key is C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then back to do, the octave higher. So as long as you understand that, that's the deepest music theory. You need to understand modes. You can go way deeper, but just to get your head around what the hell everyone is talking about, this is what you need to know. People will get you lost. Here's why you're confused when people start talking about modes. They start talking about the individual notes, which is okay. It's what they say is right, but they start telling you, well, you make a melody line based on this note, starting on D, and that'll be a Dorian melody line, where if you made it here, it's a Ionian melody line. Great, but you're not really making melody lines. You want to make complete music out of mode, so that's the explanation I want to give you. But going back to that explanation, let's listen very closely and see what's the difference between these 2 lines. Let's make that the line. Oh my god, sorry, I can't even play. I'm ruining my video here. Now let's go down. That was the same exact shape, but did it sound different to you? It wasn't exactly the same exact shape because it skipped 3 notes here, where here it only skipped 2 notes, and that's why it sounds a little bit different, a little sadder, and this sounds a little happier. Think of modes as moods. Groups of notes will create moods, but I got a better way to explain this. No, I don't really. I do, but it's confusing as hell. But anyways, look at this. This is what it's really about here. Everyone tries to explain modes as something you're going to do with a scale, and that's where guitarists get confused, because then the millions of scales get jumbled in their mind and they can't remember anything, and they don't know how anybody does this fast. Here's the key of C, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and all the modes we know are contained starting from each note on the inside. But when you're soloing, you don't have to concentrate on that. All you have to do is use this as an artist's palette. Your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then even these can become some tension notes, which you could learn later, but just your basics to make an improvisation that sounds good. And see these notes here? For example, a song like Cliffs of Dover from Eric Johnson is using a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do scale with the addition of one of these spice notes at just certain select times. And voila, you have a great sounding song just on 7 notes. So that is the power of these 7 notes. So how do I elicit the modes from these 7 notes? Well, it's not about what I play here. I'm going to use any of these keys in my improvisation. I'm going to elicit a modal sound by using the low notes. What this means to you as a guitarist is this: 2 things. It means that as a soloist, all you ever need to know is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti scale, which is a major key. And you need to know that on your fretboard, and you can solo around in these major keys, minor keys, whatever it is, just because the band is whatever the chord the band is holding is what's going to make the modal sound in the most basic sense. If a progression does a couple of different chords, but it starts on one chord, the chord that it starts on is going to create this modal sound. So, and the chords will start on one of these notes if you're going to stay in the key, right? So, for example, I just want you to give a listen here. I guess I'm going to have to set the phone down here and try to let you have a listen. And I don't know where I'm going to set the phone down here. I haven't really planned this, but you have to look at a terrible looking apartment here. Happy. Bittersweet. Egyptian, Latin, Spanish, something kind of a little bit harder. The most haunting of the minors, here's a major. Skipped over the last note because that's the Locrian mode, and that's a really weird. It's a questioning, unresolved mode that always lends itself to resolving to the. If you just heard resolve there, that's what that. One helpful, use it as a tool. People will say different things about this 7th mode, the Locrian. It's not useful, it's junk, just ignore it. And that's good. You can just ignore it because you won't use it very much in the beginning. And then you'll get it later on after you've kind of gotten the feel for what the other modes are doing. So if any of those melodies sounded different, here I'm going to try to play the same melody again. Let's see. Can I hold the phone like this? Okay. I'm going to play the same melody holding down a D note. Now I'm going to hold a different note and see if that same exact melody sounds like different notes. See how you turn one melody line into music? Because your ear referenced it against the D, the 2, and the G, the 5. G being a major, it was a little happier, more resolved, ready to resolve to the C. D minor gave it that sadder feel, a little tense. And it was a nice contrast to the major, and your ear heard the difference and said, hey, look, music. So there's the basics of creating cool guitar lines and doing everything else you're going to do theory-wise, and why music theory becomes fun to learn and easier to learn because you can hear it once you learn how to kind of apply it to a piano keyboard. You can hear it really quicker than you can usually do that on a guitar, unless you're just down to employing the graph paper method and you don't have one of these at your dispense. Go for it on your guitar. So there's a long-winded thing today just before I go to work, at least to do something, because I never update my channel, and it's sad because I got millions of video ideas stuff that could be said with a script, so it doesn't ramble on and have, bad camera angles and just really the worst video I could be giving. So if you can, I don't know, check out my Patreon channel. I should, hopefully later today, I'll link it in this video. I know no one will search it out, but it's Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Methods, and if that would take off, well, we could do real videos every day, helping you understand how to get through music and do all your fun things. Okay, bye.